Hi students, very good morning to all of you. In the previous class, we have discussed about the quantum mechanical model. Along with that, we have discussed the quantum numbers, very important topic in the first lesson of which is called atomic structure. In there, the very important topic we have discussed in the previous class, that is about quantum numbers. So if they ask that question for board exam, first we should write the definition, and they are classified into four types: principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. And also we should write significance for each one, and minimum 4 points should write for each one. So who discovered it, in which letter it is denoted, and also what are the values of that quantum number, and any one importance and one significance. Like that, minimum 4 points and one significance should write for each quantum number, which is very important for examination. And again, and the next topic in this lesson is about electronic configuration. So what is electronic configuration, and what are the important rules we should follow to write the electronic configuration? As we have discussed about this electronic configuration in basic parts, so I am repeating once again because it is an important one in this lesson. If they may ask for short answer or 2 marks questions like that. So I will explain once again as we discussed in the basics of chemistry. Before starting atomic structure lesson, I have discussed the same topic in basic parts also, but once again I am repeating the topic. So in today's topic is electronic configuration. Our today's topic is electronic configuration. So what is electronic configuration? Electronic configuration is nothing but the arrangement of electrons in their particular orbitals. Arrangement of electrons in orbitals. This is called as electronic configuration. So in order to write the electronic configuration, we should have an idea about 3 important rules. Among them, the first one is Aufbau's rule. So what Aufbau's rule states? How can we define that rule? Before going to that, while writing electronic configuration, we will start with 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, like that we will write. So why we will write like that only? 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p. Why we will write? We will start the electronic configuration with 1s only, not with 2s. So this is the explanation given by the scientist called Aufbau's, and the rule is called as Aufbau's rule. So here, according to Aufbau's rule, while writing electronic configuration, the electron first enters into the orbital which has least energy. So the electron will enter into the orbital which has least energy. Among the orbitals, one orbital has least energy. That's why we will write first 1s. After that, 2s will have somewhat higher energy than 1s. After that, we will write 2p. that has somewhat higher energy than 2s. Like that, in increasing order of energies, we will write the order. So that is the rule given by Hobhouse. According to him, the electron first enters into the orbital which has least energy. So the orbital which is having least energy, that in that we will fill the electrons first. So here, while writing the statement of Hobhouse rule, the homework for you is you should draw Euler's diagram, which is familiar to in your 10th class. So that is also very important. While drawing the Euler's diagram, the order of Euler's diagram is also in increasing order of energies. Basing on that also we can write the electronic configuration. So the homework for this class is you should draw the Euler's diagram very neatly. That is the homework for you. So what Hobhouse rule states? According to Hobhouse rule, the electron first enters into the orbital which has least energy. Electron enters into orbital which has least energy. So this is the statement given by the Hobhouse. So basing on that only, while writing electronic configuration, we will start the electronic configuration with 1s. After 1s we will write 2s. After 2s we will write 2p, like that. And again, second one is Hund's rule. So what Hund's rule states? Hund's rule states that. So before going to that, we will take the electronic configuration. For example, nitrogen. What is the atomic number for nitrogen? 7. Oxygen. What is the electronic configuration for oxygen? 8. So first we will write 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. This is the electronic configuration for oxygen. 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. See here, while writing filling up of electrons, first this is the 1s. I will write 2 electrons. This is the 2s. I will write 2 electrons. Whereas coming to 2p, this is very important. 2p contains 3 orbitals. 2px, 2py, 2pz. That is the shapes of orbitals. So 2px, 2py, 2pz. These are the suborbitals of p or degenerated orbitals of p. P contains 3 orbitals. D contains 5 degenerated orbitals. F contains 7 degenerated orbitals. So here, first, how many electrons are present in 2p? 4. First we should write 1 1 in each orbital. Then only we should make pairing. That is an important. So first we should fill all the degenerated orbitals with 1 electron. Then only we have to make pairing. That is the rule given by Hund's. So we have 4 electrons in 2p. We can write like this. Then this can be kept vacant, but the writing in this form is wrong. We should fill all the orbitals, degenerated orbitals. We should fill all the orbitals. After filling all the degenerated orbitals, then only pairing must take place. That is the rule given by Hund's. So first we should fill all the degenerated orbitals, each electron in each orbital, then 1 is remaining, then only pairing must take place. This is the rule given by Hund's. So according to Hund's, pairing of electrons takes place only when all the degenerated orbitals containing single electron. So after filling of each electron in degenerated orbitals, then only pairing takes place. That is the rule given by Hund's. So according to Hund's, pairing of electrons takes place only when all the degenerated orbitals should contain or should fill it with one electron. That is the statement given by Hund's. So while writing that statement, you should write clearly: the pairing of electrons takes place only when each degenerated orbital should be filled with single electron. After filling the single electron only, we should make pairing. That is the rule given by Hund's. So after that, the third rule is Pauli's exclusion principle. Pauli's exclusion principle. What this principle states that? So while filling of electrons in the orbitals, we will write like this: one in clockwise direction and another in anti-clockwise direction. Why should we write like this? Why should we write like this? Why should not we write like this? So we are writing only in this form. Why we are writing in this form or filling of electrons in this form? That is due to the reason given by Pauli's exclusion principle. What he states that no two electrons will have all the quantum numbers same. We have 4 quantum numbers. The 4 quantum numbers are not same for 2 electrons. If they are same, all the quantum numbers are same, then we can write like this: all the quantum numbers are not same for 2 electrons. That's why one should be written in clockwise direction and another should be written in anti-clockwise direction. See, if we take, if this is an 1 electron, for this n value, l value, m value are same and s value is plus half. If you take another electron, n value, l value, m value, if they are same but s value is different, so these 3 may be equal. If for an electron having 0, n value is 0, l value is 0, m value is 0. If n value is 0, l is 0, m is 0, but s value is plus half. For another electron, l value is 0, l value is 0, m value is 0, but s value is minus half. From that, we can conclude that no 2 electrons will have all the quantum numbers same. That is the statement given by Pauli's exclusion principle. Basing on that only, we can write the electrons like this only. We can fill the electrons in this form only, due to the statement given by Pauli's exclusion principle. So according to him, no 2 electrons will have all the quantum numbers same. So they do not contain, the 2 electrons will not have all the quantum numbers same. One must be compulsorily different from all remaining 3 quantum numbers. So that is the statement given by the Pauli's exclusion principle. So while writing electronic configuration, these rules must be very important. And again, we should know about the nodal plane and atomic orbital and shapes of atomic orbital. So the shapes of atomic orbitals also homework for you in this class. So here, what is atomic orbital? Atomic orbital and shapes of orbitals. Shapes of orbitals is homework for you. The probability of finding an electron is maximum. Where there is a probability of finding an electron is maximum around the nucleus, then that is called as atomic orbital. So the probability of finding an electron around the nucleus is maximum. Where there is a maximum nature of finding an electron around the nucleus, that is called as atomic orbital. That is the definition. So it is a place or it is species where there is a probability of finding an electron is maximum around the nucleus, then that is called as atomic orbital. Probability of finding electron around the nucleus is maximum, then it is called atomic orbital. So shapes, these are homework for you. Shapes of s orbital, p orbital and d orbital. These are homework for you. So in this class the homework is you should draw Euler's diagram. Along with that, the shapes of s orbital, p orbital, d orbital. P contains 3 generated orbitals: px, py, pz. D contains 5 generated orbitals: dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square, y square, dz square. These are the degenerated orbitals of D, and these are the p orbitals: px, py, pz. Thank you.